Now we're going to talk about dividing fractions and mixed numbers. And to me, anytime we're talking about fractions, make sure my pen's working here. Tell them I'm talking about fractions, mixed numbers or whole numbers and proper fractions. Those two guys are the same. So we will go through some examples of those, of just a proper fraction, improper fractions, mixed numbers, things like that. Okay, but anytime we see a numerator and a denominator, we're talking about fractions, and we can make fractions out of whole numbers. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at this real quick. So when I divide fractions, let's keep it simple first. Let's go 2/3. Let's divide that by 1/8. All right. When we talk about fractions and we see we are dividing fractions, obviously here, a very simple rule and something that, I didn't come up with, a student of mine came up with years and years ago, was a simple saying, and that is copy, dot, and flip. Now maybe you have that same saying, maybe it's keep dot change or whatnot, but the overall expression here remains the same, and if you're doing the right thing here, and the right thing in this category or this idea, this topic, is the first thing you do is copy. It becomes 2/3. Then you dot, and when we dot, that becomes multiplication, and then we flip, and it becomes 8/1, or in the old days when I was growing up, it was multiplied by the reciprocal. Well, 1/8, the reciprocal was 8. Okay, so voila, we're done dividing. That's that easy. The problem is it didn't give you the answer. If you refer back to one of my videos earlier about multiplying fractions and mixed numbers, you'll realize that now we have to go tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms, and reduce. And that's what happens when we're multiplying fractions. So tops times tops, crossed here, gets us 16. Bottoms times bottoms, or 3 times 1, gets us 3. And then we look to reduce. Well, 3 is prime. 3 is not a factor of 16. Therefore, 3 can't come out of the 16, and you are reduced. All right? So that's very easily, probably as simple as we can make it, dividing by fractions. Well, they do get a little bit more complex than that. Not a lot. It just changes in look. It doesn't really change how we do anything. So let's go to another page here. Let's go to I don't know. Let's throw a mixed number in here. Let's go 2 and I don't know 2/3, and we're going to divide it by 4. Right? Well, you look here and go, oh, 4 is not a fraction. Remember, anything divided by 1 doesn't change the value. And now all of a sudden 4 is 4/1. So keep that in mind as we work this problem. Okay, so this is copy dot flip. The problem with this guy is you kind of have to think ahead a little bit. If I'm going to copy dot flip, that dot is multiplication. So when I copy this, I got to have the rules for multiplication come in here. So the 3 stays the same. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 2 is 8, and I have copied 2 and 2/3. But I have now made it fit my tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms model. Dot and flip, and I'm done with division. I now get to multiply, and as you recall, tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms. But if I can reduce before, and my greatest common factor between 8 and 4 is 4. Divide the 4 out of both top and bottom. And now tops times tops is 2, bottoms times bottoms is 3, and I get an answer of 2/3. Now that just gets longer from there on. It doesn't necessarily get any harder. I can take, I don't know, let's make another one, 10 and 1/9. Let's divide it 12 and 2/3. We're at the same place we were before. Okay, this is 991. We're going to take it times, and now remember we've got to flip this guy, so the 3, the denominator, has to be the numerator, times 12 is 36 and 38. And now all of a sudden we're reducing tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms, and we get 91/140. 14. Okay. 91 doesn't have anything that looks like it comes out of it. Maybe a 7 comes out of that. 7 won't come out of, but we're not looking for our shortcuts anymore of 2, 3, 5, 6, 9, 10. We're looking for numbers like 7 or 11 or 13. Those kind of numbers will come out of there, and 7 does come out of there. 7 just doesn't come out of 114. So you do have to look a little harder to reduce on that guy, but it looks right now as if it does not. So I'm not going to bet the bank on it, but I just don't think it does. All right. So I've given you a couple of examples of how to divide, what to kind of keep in mind, copy.flip. And when we copy.flip, then we go to multiplication, tops times tops, bottoms times bottoms. There's a whole number in there. There is a mixed number. So hopefully that helps you.